Hey, what is up everyone? Forever Lego Studios here, back here with another video, and you guys have been asking and wanting me to record this video, and so, here it is. My Lego Studio Room 2019 edition. Okay guys, so starting off today's video, I just want to quickly mention that the reason why I'm doing this is I've been getting quite a few comments and quite a few people messaging me saying they really wanted to see a studio tour from me, and I've been telling them that it was kind of in the works and I was wanting to do one, and this past couple weeks I've been actually cleaning up everything, kind of making sure everything looks decently nice, that way you guys didn't see a messy room or anything on that circumstance. So I wanted to make sure that you guys got an enjoyable video, and I also really wanted to get it out before I went up to Indiana for roughly a week. So here it is. I'm really excited to actually showcase this. I don't think I've actually done a studio tour in this actual room. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm really excited. We're going to be starting in this kind of general area and basically kind of just go around the room. Now, this room is kind of smaller than other builders' rooms because this is kind of this is my Lego room, but this is also my bedroom. So I've got my bed, of course, in here. And this was kind of one of the reasons why it took me so long to do a studio tour, because of the fact that I knew my room was kind of small. So I was like, okay, should I do it or should I not? And a lot of you were like, yes, do a studio tour. So I ended up deciding I'm gonna do it. So starting off on this end, I guess this is kind of my table that I build most of my stuff, especially like with small model buildings like the TIE Advanced Fighter, as well as anything that I'm building or prototyping. I build on this table. I've also got a bunch of these sorters right here that has a bunch of different parts in it. And these things are very useful. I didn't realize how useful these things were going to be until I actually got them in hand and filled them up with parts, because these things are like insanely useful. I got these off of Amazon. I think they're like $20-something each, which isn't that bad, especially it holds up a ton of pieces. Some of these cups, or bins I guess you can call them, aren't even filled yet, and I've had these for like roughly a month, maybe a little bit over a month. So really are useful. Over on this side, you kind of have a bunch of boxes and stuff like that, as well as my clone helmet right there. Basically, you're gonna see that I have a few boxes that are mixed with parts and sets and stuff like that. For instance, that box is a bunch of older sets, and these two boxes right here are kind of just like mixed between sets and parts. I know I'm not the only one in the world that is like this. I've got bunches of boxes that are kind of mixed pieces that aren't sorted. I'm gonna eventually get to them, but for the time being, I can't really mess with them at the moment. We've also got my little tubs right here. Those I got from Walmart for like, what was it, $10 for 10 of the things. It was pretty good price. Got a bunch of different parts, like different colors and parts, and again, you just got more of those bins. That top bin right there's got all my minifigures right there. On this side, again, you got the box of miscellaneous sets. On the bottom box is actually all my instructions for different sets and types like that. Right here, these shoe boxes are actually filled of Technic pieces. Most of them belong to my friend James. James, if you guys don't know, is a good friend of mine, and he and I build a lot of Legos together, and I'm not even kidding. And most of the time we'll be building over here, and we do especially with structures and all that, we use a lot of Technic, and James just usually leaves them here and allows me to use them, which is a huge thank you to him. Over here we have my figure collection. We've got my Star Wars minifigures and my Marvel figures. I'm wanting to change the system up. I don't like having them in bags. I really don't. I'm actually currently working on a minifig wall. I'm trying to get it up and starting. It's just a few things going on that I still need left to get. But I would like to actually have my minifigures displayed because of the fact that I really hate having them in a bag. But I don't really have any other place at the moment. Over here we have my laptop, of course. You got my Lenovo laptop with this really nice mouse that actually lights up when it's turned on. Up top on my displaying shelves, you probably saw, we've got my almighty porg right here, kind of just watching over everything, keeping the room safe. I still need to figure out a name for him. I've had this thing for like over a year, and I need to figure out a name for him. Over here we have the anniversary sets. I actually just built the Han Solo one last night. I basically got the battle pack for like roughly 12 bucks or something from my Walmart. It was the last one, sadly. If there's a couple more, I probably would have picked it up. Then we have the Luke Skywalker one from the Pod Racer. We have my brick badge from Brickworld Chicago 2019, as well as the Spaceman that was released with that. We have my brick separator stack. I kind of just like this. Sadly, this isn't even all of them I need, or not need, but have. I've got a lot of kind of mixed in with everything else. This is just the ones that I have that are stacked. Over there, we have my kind of just little representation with some of my favorite figures. You got Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Thanos, and Hulk. I just have that as a representation, kind of filling space until I find something to put there. Right here we have my Las Vegas architecture set. It's actually a really cool set. I got this at, this was my door prize when I went to Chicago, and this is such a really cool set. I actually really like it, and if Architect wasn't such an expensive line, I'd probably get into it. Right here at the end, we kind of just have my not miscellaneous, my masonry bricks. We got dark gray, light gray, weird kinds of green, and dark tan. I basically have those. I've purchased them like for the past few months. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, and I just haven't put them away yet, so they're kind of just sitting there. We also have my Funko Pops over here. I've got the ones that are still in the box, like the Mark 1 Iron Man and the Porg right there, but like the open ones are up here. You have this Tatooine set that came out with the Cantina set. This is actually a really cool one, and that's kind of why I have it on my desk, or I guess table where I build, because it's just a cool set. Right here we kind of just have a few cups of random pieces. Some of these cups are kind of mixed together with parts, and some of these other ones, as you can see, are actually sorted, which is overall I'm trying to work on sorting my parts, and again, like I mentioned a couple moments ago, I will do my best to go through those boxes and kind of just sort everything. It just takes time, and it's just slowly but surely. These things right here are kind of just my prototypes for minifig walls. These are not final. I've got these like older base plates, and so I'm going to be hanging up on my wall and kind of just having these set up. Like I don't know if I mentioned this, but Jay's minifig wall kind of inspired me to do so, and this is probably the ideal way to I guess showcase and display your minifigures, especially not in a bag. So this is kind of just laid out. So far I've just got like a bunch of these older figures with all the yellow heads, and then older clones and the older Stormtrooper. Right here, this was kind of just a fun thing. This is also another base plate that's going to be like this. For now, I just got like my Kashyyyk clones and the newer version of the Stormtroopers. Like I said, I built that set last night. Focus. And some Imperial officers right there. Right here is my dresser alongside my unopened sets and my custom models that I built this past year. Again, all these are my unopened sets, or I guess my backlog that I just haven't got to. Most of them, of course, reprise of the recent Clone Battle Pack. Those are still unopened. I still need to open them up for Kamino. Thinking about doing a live stream, kind of just building a bunch of battle packs, maybe down the road when I get back. We also have some Avengers Endgame sets right there, as well as that exclusive, I guess, free with purchase Avengers Tower, which I still want to build. I haven't had the time to do so. But with the custom models, I've got, of course, one of Jay's AT-ATs built. I still have the other one kind of wrapped up and like basically put away. I just haven't rebuilt it yet. It's like completely built. I'll show you guys what I mean by that being built and Hoth being built and stuff like that. But I just decided to build only one because of the fact that I don't know where to put the other one yet at the moment. So we have one of the AT-ATs right here. Down below we also have Jarek's TIE Advanced Fighter and the Arkham Knight Batmobile. This is actually really cool. I'm thinking about putting the minifig wall right here because it's kind of a blank canvas right here. I just first need to figure out where I'm going to put that beast right there, because I don't want to disassemble it. I love the thing so much, and I really want to see it continue to be standing. Moving on, we have right here, which is kind of a mix of random stuff. I know it doesn't look really organized. I did the best as I can. But right here is all my comic books. If you guys did not know, I'm a huge comic book nerd. I love superheroes. I love all things relating to them, including comic books. And this is kind of just my stack. Most of this is mine, but it's also like a lot of it is coming from my dad. He was a huge comic book nerd, and basically he gave me all the ones that he had, and this is also mixed with mine. So I've got like a bunch of X-Men, Avengers, Venom, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Punisher, a bunch of other random comics that are just all in those stacks. I can't remember how many I have, but that's there. We also have like my Transformers right here. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of Transformers, and I've been collecting a lot of the more recent studio series. They kind of just sit in that bin. I would like to reorganize that and make it a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's right there. I also got like a bunch of posters that I haven't put up. There's a few of those that I need to put up pretty soon. Right here we have my kind of like, I guess, favorite sets, or like the more higher sets in my collection. We've got the UCS Live 1 right there, of course. One of my favorites, if not my favorite set I own at the moment. We also have the Boba Fett buildable figure right there. The reason why I don't have him with the others is because of the fact that he's Boba Fett. Of course, he's going to be next to the Slave 1. We have my Clone Army custom figures right there, kind of just sitting under there. I haven't figured out where I want to put them, so they're just chilling right there. We also have the UCS, or I call it a UCS sets because of the fact that it's a large Ultimate series. So, the UCS Hulkbuster right there. We have the two smaller ones, or previous ones that have come out, kind of guarding it. I think that's pretty funny and pretty cool having those guys next to that one. All I need left is the, I guess, War Machine Buster, and I can have the Hulkbuster Trinity. I have the Trinity, I just need the four of them. Down below, we also have some more sets. We have the UCS Snow Speeder, which, again, I really love that set. We also have the Octo Island and the Yoda's Hut down in that corner. We have the Indiana Jones, at least the Indiana Jones sets I have at the moment. I'm working on collecting more because of the fact that the Indiana Jones line was one of my favorites. We also have the Rick and Morty garage set right there. That was a Christmas gift from my brother. For those of you who don't know, me and my brother Matt are huge fans of Rick and Morty, and so for Christmas he got me that, and I got him like a large vinyl pop head of Mad Max Rick in his truck. So that's pretty cool. Again, these are kind of my more specialty sets. Now, moving on, this is my bed. It's very comfy, very, standard bed. Moving on, these are kind of just bunches of boxes of parts and different things. Like I mentioned, most of it's just parts in boxes. For the most part, all these boxes are actually sorted. It's just I don't have room for them, so I kind of just throw them in boxes. Right here is kind of just a fun little display, kind of just mix of sets. You got the Hogwarts Express, which is a really great set. It's like it's the only Harry Potter set of the most recent wave that I've had to actually have, and I love it. I've always wanted the Hogwarts Express, and that recent one just blew it out of the park. We have the Avengers facility from Endgame. We have the Sanctum Sanctorum from Infinity War. These two sets are actually really cool. And I don't really have any other space to put them, so I put them at this like little end piece right here, and they look pretty nice. We also have my Daredevil action figure. For those of you who don't know, Iron Man and Daredevil are my two favorites, and I found that at Target one day, and so I was like, I'm gonna scoop that up. Behind that is just like some specialty figures that I think are pretty cool. It's just kind of like a little shelf that has a bunch of different figures. Down here at the bottom of it are kind of some really cool sets. You got my two Star Destroyers. That one is kind of in worse for wear because I had to steal a few parts from it for the AT-AT. I'm still in the works to fixing that thing. We have the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon. Both these are kind of just space holders because of the fact that I don't really have any space for any other larger ones, and they look pretty cool down there. So moving on, we have my movie collection. This is kind of most of them is like mixed between Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, and a bunch of like side movies like Jaws and DC films and stuff like that. As well as you got my basketball trophy right there that I was awarded back in the day. Now this is where I keep all my sets that are fully built. Like I mentioned before, I've got a couple boxes that have like certain sets that are kind of in boxes and stuff like that. Those are just sets that are like, they're completely built, it's just I don't have the space to put it up, so they kind of reside in boxes. But I've got my TIE Fighter collections. I do have another one of those that I ended up taking apart because I needed it for something. Can't remember exactly what it was, but I have 3 of the TIE Fighters, and then I've got that standard TIE Fighter. We have like some of the Rebellion and Resistance vehicles. We have Anakin Starfighter, Anakin's Pod Racer. We have a couple more TIE Fighters. Down below we have kind of like my shuttles, stuff like that, minus the ATTE. or Captain Rex ATT. We have some more starfighters. We have the Sandcrawler. Right here we have my trio of Y-wings. I don't know why I almost blanked on that. I think I've said this in a story. I actually think I said this in the previous Q&A episode, that I got 2 of those for 20 bucks at Walmart. Great deal. We have the Arc 170. We have a lot of the more recent Marvel sets, I guess you could say, right there. We have down here my buildable figures collection. I know some of you may not like them. I actually quite like them. We have the original the original Quinjet. We have the original Milano. A bunch of different sets mixed in. We also have Jabba's Palace and the Rancor Pit, one of my favorite sets. I'd like to do something with that at some point, but that's kind of just staying there for now. Then we have my door that holds my badge from Brickworld, as well as like a bunch of different like clothing items that I don't want to put in my dresser, like my Empire Lug t-shirt that I got, and my vest, and my Avengers Endgame jacket, which is actually really nice and comfy. Over here we have a few specialty things. Right there is my airsoft bag. I enjoy it once in a while. Again, we have some more bins. Like I said, I'm trying my best to go through them. That's the other box full of sets. That's another one down below. That's kind of just a mix between sets and parts. Those containers are kind of parts and broken down sets. As you can see, like you can probably see the AT-ST head down below. Moving downward, just some more bins. Those tubs at the back are actually parts of Hoth and Snowspeeders and the Walker. I kind of just set them at the back. As you can see the other body of the Walker right there. Now quickly, for those of you, I have been getting questions whether or not Hoth was destroyed after Chicago, and your answer is no. Everything's actually under these blankets right here. All of Hoth, all the base plates and all the I guess ground and the mountain, all right here. Mountains are actually kind of right there, and then the stack of groundwork is kind of right there. I haven't decided on taking it apart yet or not, and for the time being, I just don't have time to take it apart. Eventually I probably will, but for the time being, it's doing fine. It's under the tables. It doesn't get in any way, and then as well as like it's still got the plastic wrap on it, so it's not going to get dusty. Nothing's going to get in it. And on top of that, I put the blanket, or the Star Wars blanket, of course, on it, so the sun doesn't get to it, and so it doesn't discolor the white essence of the plastic in Hoth. So that's your answer. Also got some stuff right there. You got the newest Quinjets. On top of that, I got some new base plates. I still need a few for the rest of Kamino. On top of this table, you're going to see what is the beginning of Kamino. Now, by the time this video is out, there's episode 1 of Building Kamino should already be out. And if you haven't seen it already, I'll leave a link in the description below. Basically, this is kind of just like the layout, what's going to be. I'm not going to get too much in depth about it because of the fact that that's going to be in its own episode. Again, link in the description below. We have JBB's, I believe that's his name's creation gunship. Fantastic design. Had a fun time building it on stream. I think I built like roughly half of it on stream and then the rest of it off stream. So that's such a great design. And then in this corner we just have my box collection, which is kind of just empty boxes full of boxes of previous sets that I've purchased. So nothing special about that. We do have some really cool artwork and posters up here. Those two I got at Comic-Con. That I got when I was visiting Aiden. This is actually a really cool poster because for those of you who don't know, this was the original appearance and comic book of Iron Man. So I thought it was a really cool poster. I have a Civil War poster right there. I've got this Iron Man 3 poster with my face right there. Got that at Disney World. And then those two posters right there. So that's pretty much it for this studio tour. Again, not too long, but I'm happy with it. I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. Again, it is kind of a smaller room, but it does what it needs to be done. I still have fun building, and I have plenty of space to build large creations like Kamino and further mocks down the road. So I'm really happy with my Lego room. I wouldn't change a thing, and I'm really excited to see it expand with new things coming in it. So if you enjoy, definitely smash that like button, as well as if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. We got some awesome content coming down, including the build series of Battle Kamino being started and going onward. We also have some content coming when I'm in Indiana, as well as many other videos that will be coming down the road. So hope you enjoyed. Again, if you did, smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the studio tour. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know. And if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. Again, we have some awesome videos and content coming down your way. And I think that's going to be it. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.